What's up, y'all? This is your boy Eddie Jax. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast, where we got some fight talk. Now, before we get into that, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor, Layback TV. Over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel, all the languages that you can possibly imagine, all the HBOs, you already name it. Go on laybacktv.com, is on your screen. Just check out on how you can download it on your iPhones and your Androids, and especially your Fire Sticks if you want to watch it at home, okay? And give a shout out on the Instagram unofficial underscore laybacktv. So, let's get into some motherfucking fight talk, baby. Whoa! Guys, holy shit. Finally. And just want to say, hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, belated Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. You already fucking know, you know what I'm saying? You want to buy all the shit you can, you get it on Black Friday. I know I do. Now, Dana White, UFC CEO and president, has finally announced the first card of UFC. What is it? UFC 324. Sorry, they're on so many numbers. UFC 324, that is the Paramount Plus debut. Okay? It's finally the debut. I've been curious on how this was going to pop off. I mean, they got one more pay-per-view left on ESPN Plus. It's going to be UFC 323. You know what I mean? With Marab versus Jan Part 2. But how you debut on Paramount. We knew how they debut on ESPN. We know they got a debut just as big on Paramount Plus. Okay, polls. So the card has just been announced by UFC CEO and President Dana White. Okay, so UFC lightweight champion Ilia Topuria, after winning the title against Charles Oliveira, has announced he will not be on the debut card, even though it was kind of planned. He's dealing with personal issues. An actual source of mine and friend gave me the lowdown on what he's going through. I sympathize with it. I actually have been through it as well for 6.5, almost 7 years. All prayers and positive energy going out to the UFC lightweight champion Ilia Topuria. I don't wish this on anybody, especially a good dad such as him. So I hope everything works out for you. But he announced he won't be on the first half of the year, so they're moving on, and he doesn't want to hold up the division. So with that being said, you thought you were gonna get Arman Saruki. Was it Arman Sarukian? I'm sorry. You thought you were going to get Arman Sarukian after pulling off a submission win on Dan Hooker, even though on the rankings he's the number one contender? No, you ain't going to get that. Apparently, they're going to make him wait even longer. It's going to be a year since he was scheduled to face Islam Makhachev for the lightweight championship, and apparently he's not going to get that shot. So they're moving on. All the prayers for Justin Gaethje have actually happened. He said he's either getting a shot at the title or he's retiring. That was a fucking threat. He's getting a shot in some way, some capacity. The main event has been announced as Justin Gaethje, former BMF champion and former UFC interim lightweight champion. He's been interim champion before. Is going to face Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, for the interim lightweight championship. Winner takes on Ilia Topuria. Most likely is going to end up being on International Fight Week. I'm pretty sure that's going to be when he returns. So, now that that's happening, let's keep moving on, and we'll establish the card. In the co-main event, we're not going to get this at the White House. We're going to get this on the debut of Paramount Plus. It's the co-main event, the Women's Bantamweight Championship, as two-time Olympic gold medalist and former PFL champion Kayla Harrison is going to defend against the returning former two-weight division champion at featherweight and bantamweight, Amanda Nunes, the Lioness. Finally, this is going to be interesting. I like this fight. We're gonna get former UFC bantamweight champion Sugar Sean O'Malley taking on Sonya Dung. Ooh, that's a fire fucking fight. We're gonna get Waldo Cortez Acosta taking on the Black Beast Derek Lewis. Woo! That's gonna be a fire ass fight. At featherweight, we're gonna get Arnold Allen taking on John Silva. That's not bad. That's not bad. At bantamweight, we're gonna get Umar Nurmagomedov taking on Davison Figueiredo. Oh shit, Figgy's back. Former UFC flyweight champion Alexa Grasso taking on the former strawweight champion Thug Rose Namajunas. And it was also announced that UFC 325, that's going to happen a week later, which has never happened before. Usually it's up 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, or even more than that. It's actually going to be a week later. UFC 325 going down in Sydney, Australia. Alexander the Great Volkanovski defending the featherweight championship against Diego Lopez in the rematch. Whew. Interesting. Now, can we digest this? Okay, we're going to go probably main event. Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. I am not going to lie, that's a fire fucking fight. But it seemed like they're building Paddy Pimblett. Imagine what Paddy Pimblett did to Michael Chandler, what he's going to do to Justin Gaethje. And Justin Gaethje is going to need a really great game plan, utilize his wrestling in order to beat somebody as young as Paddy Pimblett. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be difficult. I mean, he's got miles. Paddy, this just builds him up even more to make an undisputed championship match fight with Ilya Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett since they did the face-off. We all know that's what they were aiming for. I'm going to wait until we're a week later because this is going down January 24th in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. I'm going to wait to give my picks because I need to see the build-up. I need to see the interviews. I need to see the weigh-ins. I need to see everything. You know what I'm saying? So, feels really bad for Arman Sarukian. Holy fuck. No respect. I heard Ariel Helwani have this opinion. Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. The story behind them. Former American Top Team teammates. One was in PFL as a world champion. The other one was in UFC as a world champion. Dominating. The legacy of Amanda Nunes is unquestionable. She is the greatest women's mixed martial artist of all time. The wins over Ronda Rousey, Miesha Tate, Holly Holm, Chris Cyborg. You know what I mean? It's unprecedented. You know what I mean? Defended both titles at featherweight and bantamweight. You know what I'm saying? I think, I don't think anything like that could be duplicated. How you look at John Jones and his resume of everyone he's defeated and defended the light heavyweight championship against, you gotta give the respect to Amanda Nunes because nobody could actually repeat that. Her resume is just as great as John Jones. Those are the two GOATs completely. So how is that the co-main event is fucking weird. But it's not the first time they did an interim title as the main event and a undisputed title at co-main event. I get it, but this I gotta agree with Ariel that Harrison versus Nunes is bigger than Gaethje versus Pimblett. But I understand what they're doing. Personally, I understand both sides, right? I understand Gaethje versus Pimblett being the main event, but I also understand Harrison versus Nunes, with Ariel's opinion on why it should be main event. I totally get it. Harrison versus Nunes on paper is main event. It's blockbuster. They did the face off. It's phenomenal on what could happen. You know what I'm saying? But I understand why you put that as a co-main event because let's say Kayla Harrison wins. What the fuck do you do after this? You know what I'm saying? What do you do? Who's the top contender? Are we trying to get Juliana Pena again? You know what I'm saying? Like there is nobody who's a threat to come back, and face Kayla Harrison. Like there's nothing you can do. That's as big as this. You can't outdo this. In my opinion, I don't think you can do anything after this. Amanda Nunes wins. I mean, the Juliana Pena trilogy is out there. Uh, I don't know. Do you do a rematch with Kayla Harrison and Nunes, depending on what's the win? If it's a sweet submission first round, what do you do? There's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but with Gaethje and Pimlet, there is something you can do because there is something waiting, in the background after this. If Justin Gaethje wins, I mean, there's a lot that could happen. Maybe. I mean, if Gaethje knocks out Petty Pimlet, are you excited for Gaethje versus Poirier? Mm, the promotion won't be that great. You know what I mean? Gaethje ain't about that. He's all about competing. He ain't about the trash talk. He leaves his talking in the cage, which I respect. But it's not how you sell a fight. But if Patty Pimlet knocks the fuck out of Gaethje, right, and he's next in line against Ilya Taporia, you build that. The call out to Ilya as soon as he wins, if he wins against Justin Gaethje, that's gonna be headlines, and that leads you into a pivot of Taporia versus Patty Pimlet for the undisputed title. So I get it. Sean O'Malley versus Donya Song. Woo! This is the kind of fight that we've been waiting for Sugar Sean O'Malley. You know what I mean? I know he was bantamweight champion, but that his two fights against Marab Dvalishvili, I can't even say his last name, but I'm calling him Marab. Like, it was a wrestler versus a striker, if we're being honest. You know what I mean? It's not like Aljamain Sterling versus O'Malley. You know what I mean? Like, it ended great, but on paper, it was just more like, it was like another Jose Aldo versus Conor McGregor. We want to see it, but do we want to see the rematch? Probably not. But this is the fight. This is a phenomenal fight. I can't wait for this. This is 15 rounds. I'm sorry, 15-minute, 3-minute rounds. So, yeah, this is big. And you can do a lot. If Sugar Sean O'Malley wins, you could do a lot because it seems like Marab is ready to move up in weight or drop down in weight. You know what I'm saying? To try to go a double champion or something like that. So I can't wait for that. Donya Song, whoo! Sky's the limit for him if he wins. We got Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis, the Black Beast. This is phenomenal. You got a Dominican heavyweight versus an American heavyweight. You know what I mean? Acosta is gunning for the heavyweight championship. And this is a way to do it. To show that you can put out Derek Lewis, that's great. Derek Lewis has gotten one heavyweight title shot before, lost by submission. I'm pretty sure that's like a bad taste in his mouth for. You know what I mean? But this is a great fight. I can't wait for this. Arnold Allen taking on John Silva. Woo! One of the fighter nerds coming back. This is a great fight for him to come up. After losing to Diego Lopez, he was just right there. It could have gone either way. So this is a great fight. I can't wait for that fight. Umar Nurmagomedov taking on Davison Figueiredo. I like it, but I hate it. On paper, I like it because, these are two top names in the bantamweight division. One former title contender versus a former UFC champion. Two-time, I believe. And Figgy is definitely two-time. So, yeah, this is a good fight. I mean, Figueiredo could actually get right back in there after, his fight with Corey Sandhagen didn't go that well. This is great. These two guys are basically on the edge of getting a shot at bantamweight gold if they can perform very well. You know what I'm saying? Like, these fights set up great. You know what I'm saying? O'Malley versus Sung is setting up to a possible challenger at bantamweight. Kosad Lewis is setting up for a type of contender at heavyweight. Allen Silva, probably one fight away for either one when it comes down to a title shot. Nurmagomedov and Figgy, depending on the performance, could be the next contender. And then you got Alexa Grasso, former UFC flyweight champion, versus Doug Rose Namajunas, former strawweight champion. Rose has been gunning for that flyweight championship to be a two-weight division champion. She's just trying to get that feet wet in flyweight the way she used to in strawweight. Strawweight, she got submissions, she got knockout. You know what I mean? The head kick of the century against Zhang Wei Li. You know what I'm saying? When the world opened back up, it's crazy. I love this fight. This is a crazy fight. It could go either way with this one. And the main event for UFC 325, Volkanovski versus Lopez 2. A lot of people feel like two other men, like Murphy and I think his name is Mankov or something like that, they should get the shot. They earned it over Lopez. I feel like the reason, like, I agree. I think Leon Murphy actually earned a shot against Volkanovski. That would have been a great fight. And I see why they didn't give it to Murphy. Murphy, spinning elbow head, spinning elbow Aaron Pico's head off of his shoulders. I mean, if Aaron Pico was a former Bellator champion, I get it. But, you know, he was a rising star. You know what I'm saying? He was a rising star in Bellator, possibly in PFL, but, pretty much held up, hostage, pretty much with his contract. So that's a good display to promote as a highlight reel for Murphy, but not enough to get that shot. The other guy, I don't believe so either. Lopez, it could have gone either way with Volk and Lopez part 1. I mean, hell, Lopez knocked down Volk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something to think about. You know what I mean? And then, like, he had to earn his way and to get another shot. If he would have won by decision against Silva, I don't think he's getting the shot. But because he KO'd Silva, that's getting him the shot. At least one chance. Because he was almost about to win the title. And he KO'd his opponent, who was a up-and-coming contender. So, I get it. But, you could still make this work on that card if you put the top featherweights in that card. You know what I mean? Put Murphy in there. Let me see who else you could put in there. You could put Markov in there. You can put Aljamain Sterling in there with someone. And do a tournament, just like you've been doing at middleweight. You know what I mean? Even though it didn't go well with injuries, you can still do something. So I think you could do it. But I'm hyped about Paramount Plus debut. That's going to be dope. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check it out. UFC 324 going down January 24th of 2026. Debut on Paramount Plus or Layback TV. It's going down in Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. I can't wait for it. This is a fire fucking card right out the gate. How do they top this a week later with UFC 325? Still a question mark. But I'm your boy Eddie Jackson. This is the Drop That Podcast. Make sure y'all hit that sub button, that subscribe, like it, comment. Whoa, let me know what the fuck you think. You know what I mean? If you feeling what I'm feeling on this, because I am feeling this card. Y'all be easy, all right? Peace.